Imagine a soldier deep in enemy territory, freezing wind biting through heavy wool, collapsing into deep sleep the moment he's allowed to rest. Meanwhile, a modern camper cocooned in high-tech gear lies awake, shivering and restless. This is the paradox. The soldier, in brutal conditions, often slept better than the comfortable adventurer. It's not about glorifying hardship, but understanding survival. The soldier's sleep was a desperate shutdown, a biological imperative triggered by exhaustion and fear. He wasn't seeking comfort, just oblivion, a few minutes of life-sustaining rest before the next ordeal. Modern gear promises comfort, but can make us mentally soft, frustrated when it fails to deliver. The soldier had no such illusions. Comfort was a luxury he couldn't afford. His only focus, survive until sunrise. Sometimes that meant surrendering to exhaustion, letting the body take over. These nights teach us that survival is about mindset, not just equipment. The soldier's ability to sleep in the face of death wasn't a superpower. It was a skill forged by necessity. It's the forgotten art of soldiers' sleep resilience when stripped of all comfort. We're capable of more than we think, especially when we have no other choice. The lesson: true rest comes not from comfort, but from the will to survive. In the wild, mindset matters more than gear. That's the paradox of frozen slumber. Military life was relentless. 20-mile marches, 80 pounds of gear, and bone-deep exhaustion. This wasn't a weekend hike, it was survival. By nightfall, a soldier's body was so depleted that sleep wasn't a choice. It was a collapse. Extreme fatigue became a natural sedative, shutting down anxiety and overthinking. Soldiers didn't lie awake, worrying about discomfort. Their bodies simply demanded rest. Shivering, digging, constant alertness. Every action burned calories and drained reserves. When rest came, it was a total system shutdown, not gentle slumber. Soldiers could sleep standing up in mud or against a wall. The body took what it needed wherever it could. Modern campers rarely reach this level of exhaustion, so their minds fixate on minor discomforts. The soldier's exhaustion filtered out distractions. Recovery was the only priority. His body knew the real threat wasn't a lumpy ground, but failing to recover before the next ordeal. In a strange way, exhaustion was a survival tool. True rest comes when the body is pushed to its limits. That's the ultimate sedative. Modern camping gear is engineered for comfort, lightweight, soft, and full of promises. Military gear was the opposite, heavy, scratchy, and brutally utilitarian. Its sole purpose was to keep a soldier alive, not cozy. Wool uniforms, bulky boots, and thick blankets prioritized function over feel. Wool itched, but it insulated even when wet, a lifesaver in freezing rain. Sleeping gear was rugged, not compact or plush. Durability and reliability mattered more than comfort. Soldiers expected nothing from their gear but survival. This shaped their mindset. Disappointment wasn't an option. Modern campers, sold on comfort, feel let down when nature intrudes. The soldier's gear made no such promises. It was a tool for survival, not a ticket to a good night's sleep. That expectation made all the difference. In the cold, survival was a team effort. A lone soldier was vulnerable, but a unit could share and conserve warmth. The most effective technique? Spooning. Soldiers huddled together, rotating positions to share body heat. Awkwardness vanished when survival was at stake. They managed layers as a group, sharing dry clothes and watching for signs of danger. Communication and discipline kept everyone safe. The modern camper often goes it alone, but the soldier knew. A shared blanket is warmer than two separate ones. Teamwork created a microclimate of survival. Their warmth came from brotherhood, not just gear. In the wild, together is always warmer. Soldiers rarely chose their campsites. Survival meant improvising with whatever was at hand. Every branch, leaf, or snowdrift became a tool for insulation or shelter. The key was creating a barrier from the frozen ground. Pine boughs, dry grass, even spare gear. Snow itself became an ally, dug into for wind-proof shelter. Ponchos and canvas became makeshift roofs, snow piled for extra insulation. Every move was about trapping heat and blocking wind. Unlike modern campers, soldiers relied on ingenuity, not just equipment. They saw opportunity in chaos, building safety from scraps. This adaptability was a source of psychological strength. By shaping their environment, they reclaimed control. Improvisation was survival. The soldier's greatest tool was acceptance. He didn't expect comfort or ease. He accepted hardship as the baseline. This mindset conserved energy and allowed him to rest, even in misery. Instead of wishing for home, he focused on what he could control. Warmth, position, breathing. Complaining was useless. Action was everything. Modern campers expect enjoyment, and frustration follows when reality intrudes. Fixating on discomfort only makes it worse. The soldier's acceptance was active, a survival strategy, not resignation. By embracing the suck, he freed his mind to focus on essentials. This mental discipline brought peace in chaos. Calm under duress allowed his body to finally rest. Mindset, not comfort, was his greatest asset. Acceptance is survival. The soldier's sleep teaches us. Knowledge outweighs luxury. Survival depended on understanding gear and environment, not just owning the best equipment. Learn how your gear works, practice in tough conditions, and value knowledge above all. Embrace hardship, expect discomfort, and see it as a test of resilience. Shift your mindset from seeking comfort to building self-reliance. The brotherhood of warmth reminds us, teamwork is strength. Share knowledge, resources, and warmth. Look out for each other. A simple act of care can be life-saving. The soldier's world was necessity. Ours is choice. Choose to learn from their grit. Value resilience over comfort, teamwork over isolation. In doing so, we rediscover a primal strength. That's the forgotten art of soldier's sleep. Enduring, adapting, and thriving in the wild.